Welcome Algebra 1 students to another Regents Review video. This is the June 2015 Algebra 1 Common Core Regents examination. These are going to be the solutions to Part 1, which are the multiple choice. The solutions to Part 1, problems 1 through 12, which is the first half of the multiple choice section. And we're going to do it really well, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's talk about these real quick. Please do not cheat on this video. Do not take these answers, my answers that have the work shown, and hand them in on a piece of paper to hand it to your teacher and count it as your own work. It is not your own work because you actually have to do the problems by yourself. You have to do the problems because the only way to get better at this is to actually do the math problems. So please don't cheat. Okay. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and make sure that you visit my website at www.nysmathregionsprep.com and let's just do this. Real quick, I do use the TI Inspire calculator, which I actually should have put on a slide. There it is. The TI Inspire CX will be used to complete this exam. It is an awesome calculator, and I really hope that you consider buying it on Amazon. You can find the link on my website, which I just said before. All right, here we go. Number 1. The cost of airing a commercial on television is modeled by the function C of n is equal to 110n plus 900, where n is the number of n is the number of times the commercial is aired. Based on this model, which statement is true? Okay, so $900 is what's called the startup cost. Okay, because this is a cost function. Cost means that you're actually spending money to do this. So let's just say I own a small business and I call up CBS or ABC. I'm like, hey, you know, I need to film a commercial and I need to air it on your programming at the 5 o'clock news hour. Okay, well, it's going to cost you $900 just to file an application. So $900 is considered the startup cost. And 110 times n is the number of times the commercial's aired. So let's just say I want to air it, I don't know, 10 times. It's going to cost me $1,100 to air that commercial on ABC or CBS or something like that. So the commercial costs $900 to produce and $110 each time it is aired. That's going to be choice 3. That's the most logical sense. Choice 1 says the commercial costs $0 to produce. Yeah, okay. The commercial costs $110 to produce and $900 each time is aired. That doesn't make any sense because $900 is its constant. That's its standalone cost. And the commercial costs $1,010 to produce and can air an unlimited number of times. Let me tell you something. If a commercial was aired an unlimited amount of times, the news business would not be in business. So that answer makes no sense. Moving on to number 2. The graph below represents a jogger's speed during her 20-minute jog around the neighborhood. Which statement best describes what the jogger was doing during the 9 to 12-minute interval? So the 9 to 12-minute interval is right here. Okay? So what was the jogger doing during this interval? Well, it looks like that the line itself is a horizontal line. And look on the left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. Speed in miles per hour. She was maintaining a constant speed of 6 miles per hour. So she was running 6 miles an hour for 3 minutes. Okay? So we're looking for her jogging speed was at a constant rate of 6 miles per hour. Something on the lines of that. She was standing still. That was the trick answer. She was not standing still. Standing still would be here. This is standing still because her speed would be 0 miles per hour. That's standing still. She was increasing her speed. That makes no sense. The slope isn't positive. She was decreasing. No, the slope is not negative. The slope is a 0 slope or a constant slope. So, choice 4. She was jogging at a constant rate, yes, of 6 miles per hour. And that is the answer to question number 2. She was jogging at a constant rate of 6 miles per hour. All right, moving on to question 3. If the area of a rectangle is expressed by x to the 4th minus 9y squared, then the product of the length and the width of the rectangle could be expressed as what? So you need to know that the area of a rectangle could be represented by length times width. This is the area itself. So that's capital A. They're asking you what could be the length and the width expressed as. You need to know that it's the splitting of the area into two separate variables, such as by doing dots, maybe. Because if you take x to the fourth minus 9y squared, we could separate these by doing the difference of two perfect squares, dots. So I'm going to break it down. X squared, we got plus minus 3y, 3y. Is that answer there somewhere? Yes, it is. Choice 2, ladies and gentlemen, that is the answer. This could be your length, and this could be your width. They're basically just saying, here's the area, break it down into two products of length and width. That's basically all it's asking. Not too bad. Number 4, which table represents a function? Function means that no x values repeat. Okay, take a look at choice 1. 2 and 2. So these values of 2, they repeat, not a function. 0 and 0 repeats, not a function. 3, 5, 7, 9. Yeah, that's a function. 0, 1, negative 1, 0. Again, zeros repeat, not a function. Oops, sorry. Not a function. So choice 3 is going to be the right answer because no x values repeat itself. All right, number 5. Which inequality is represented by the graph below? So I want to talk about the properties of this. There are 4 things that I want you to think of when solving these problems. What is a slope? What is the y-intercept? Is it solid or dotted? And is it shading above and below? So the slope in this case, of course, is negative. It's going down 1, 2, 3 to the left 1. So your slope is negative 3. Your y-intercept is 0, 4. It is a solid, it is a solid line, and it is shading above. Okay, so the only one that would work is, oh, by the way, and if it's shading above, it's greater than or equal to. So we could knock out choice 4 and choice 2. It's got to be choice 1. Y is greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 4. That matches all this information that I gave to you up here. All right, cool. Number 6. Moe's farm stand sold a total of 165 pounds of apples and peaches. She sold apples for $1.75 per pound and peaches for $2.50 per pound. If she made $337.50, how many pounds of peaches did she sell? So, I'm going to let A equal apples. And I'm going to let P equal peaches. Cute little peaches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a pounds function and I'm going to write a money function. That's personally what I call it. Your teachers probably don't even say that. But I like to say a pound function. So the amount of apples plus the peaches equals the amount of pounds. And it is going to be, now your money function or your money equation is going to be $1.75 per apple plus $2.50 per peach is equal to $337.50, which is the amount that she earned. How many pounds of peaches did she sell? So you're solving for P. You got to cancel out the A. Cancel the A. Or the apples. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to multiply by negative 1.75. Okay, so I'm going to distribute this in. So those A's cancel. You get negative 1.75p is equal to, let's see, 165 times negative 1.75. Negative 288.75. And that's your $2.50 P is equal to 337.50. Now, if you add these up, you get, let's see, $2.50 minus $1. Oops, minus $1.75. So you get 75 cents per peach is equal to 337.50 minus the positive value of 288. That's going to be $48.75. So $48.75 divided by 0.75 on both sides. And you get the pounds of peaches is 65 pounds. 65 pounds, which is going to be, what is that equal to? Choice 3. Cool. Now, if you didn't want to do it that way, by doing it by hand, you could actually plug this into your calculator. It's really, really cool. Let me show you right now. If you go to your calculator page and you go to Menu, then you go to Algebra, and then you click on Solve System of Linear Equations, and click on the number of equations to be 2. Now, I'm going to change this to A, comma, P for apples and peaches, because that's what I have. Okay? And I'm going to type in A plus P is equal to 165. And we get 175A plus 250P is equal to 337.50. Enter. 100 pounds of apples, 65 pounds of peaches. You got the right answer. You're done. All right, moving on to question number 7. Morgan can start wrestling at age 5 in Division 1. He remains in that division until his next odd birthday, when he is required to move up in the next division level. Which graph correctly represents this information? So, at age 5, he's in Division 1. Okay? So, let's talk about this for a second. If he's at age, let's see, where can I do this? Because there's really no room on this page. Actually, you know what? Let me move all this over real quick. Okay. So, I'm going to write this down. At age whatever, what division is he in? So, oops. Hold on 1 second. I hate this software, how it does this. Okay. So, at age whatever he is, what division is he in? So, at age 5, he's in Division 1. At age 6, he's in Division 1. Then it says he remains in that division until his next odd birthday. So, at age 7, he's now in Division 2. At age 8, he's in Division 2. At age 9, he's now in Division 3. At age 10, he's in Division 3. At age 11, he's in Division 4. And so on and so on and so forth. So the one that could work is we're looking for holes for his odd birthday. So if you take a look at choice 1, it's saying at age 5, he's included in Division 1. Then at age 7, notice how in age 7, he's not included in Division 1, but now he's included in Division number 2. So, choice 1 is actually the answer, because this is showing, these solid dots here, this is showing his next odd birthday. He's jumping to the next division level. These holes that you see here, this implies that he's too old. He's got to move up to the next level. Choice 3 makes absolutely no sense because everything's included. Choice 4 is like, I don't even know what that is. And choice 2 is just the reverse of choice 1. All right, so none of those actually work except choice 1 for number 7. All right, number 8. All right. Which statement is not always true? All right, this is a common question. The sum of 2 rational numbers is rational. Yes, because if you take 2 rational numbers and you add them, it's going to terminate or repeat itself. That's good. Choice 2, the product of 2 irrational numbers is rational. No. That's your answer. The product of 2 irrational numbers is rational? Well, if you take pi, which is an irrational number, and you multiply it by pi, look at what you get. Pi times pi. 9.869604400109. That is not a rational number. So this will result in an irrational number. So that statement is not always true. All right. So, and that's it. The product of 2 irrational numbers is rational. And I just proved that this is going to be an irrational number. All right. Number 9. The graph of the function f of x equals the square root of x plus 4 is shown below. The domain of the function is what? So the domain, remember, are your x values. The domain is your x value, or the x values. Okay, so basically what we're going to do here is this is your domain from here all the way to this side, or to this end. So this number right there is x is equal to -4. So the domain has to be x is greater than or equal to -4. I'm looking for that answer. The answer is going to be choice 4. The reason why it's less than or greater than or equal to means that, look at that dot. It's bolded and shaded in, so that's why it has to be choice 4. Choice 3 would be the answer if this was an open circle, which it's not in this case. Number 10, what are the zeros of the function f of x equals x squared minus 13x minus 30? So you're just going to figure out, well, if you have f of x is equal to x squared minus 13x minus 30, what adds to negative 13 and multiplies to give you negative 30? That is going to be x minus 15x plus 2. Set that equal to 0. You're going to t-bar it. X is equal to 15. X is equal to negative 2. Those are your zeros. You are done. 15 and negative 2, is that there? Yes, it is, choice 4. All right, we are done with that question. Moving on to number 11. Joey enlarged a 3-inch by 5-inch photograph on a copy machine. He enlarged it 4 times. The table below shows the area of the photograph after each enlargement. What is the average rate of change of the area from the original photograph to the 4th enlargement? So this is the original, that's the 4th enlargement. I hope that you know by now, and please do. Average rate of change means slope. So if they're asking for the slope from the original to the 4th enlargement, it is your change in y over the change in x, which is just the same thing as saying y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So your y values, which are down here, that's your x up here. So we have 36.6 minus 15 all over 4 minus 0. That is going to be approximately 5.4. Choice 3. All right. Pretty simple question. Make sure that you just know that average rate of change means slope, and you'll be fine every time. Number 12. Which equations represent the graph below? So what you got to know is, what are the roots of this function? Now the roots are where the function crosses the x-axis. So this is x equals negative 2. This is x equals 1. This is x equals 3. So your factors that give you these answers are x plus 2, x minus 1, x minus 3. Okay? So basically what we're going to do now is we're just going to take these factors and we're going to combine them all. So in this case, y is equal to, x plus 2, x minus 1. I got to write this somewhere else. Sorry about that. Y is equal to x plus 2, x minus 1, x minus 3. So we're trying to find out which one matches up here. Well, just by looking at it, none of those match the way that I want it to. Now, I need you to observe something quite interesting that the Regents exam decided to do. They decided to combine 2 of these factors and create a trinomial. So one of these work. Okay? So one of these factors will produce, one of these trinomials will factor out into 2 of these factors down here. So if you take a look at choice 1, that's x plus 2. So that works. We're looking for x minus 1 and x minus 3. What adds to negative 4 and multiplies to give you negative 12? That is going to be x minus 6, x plus 2. That does not work. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 says x minus 3. So that's here. So we're looking now for x plus 2, x minus 1. So what adds to positive 1 and multiplies to give you negative 2? That is x plus 2, x minus 1. Does that work? Yes, it does. So choice 2 so far is the correct answer. And let's figure out if 3 works. So we're given x minus 1. We're looking for x plus 2 and x minus 3. What adds to negative 5 multiplies to give you negative 6? That is x minus 6, x plus 1. And that is not correct. So your correct answer is going to be choice 2. Bingo! Alrighty. And that is the conclusion of this video. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and make sure that you visit my website at www.nysmathreadersprep.com for many more videos in Algebra 1, more content in Algebra 1, and many more future mathematics to come in your high school future. All right, and I'll see you soon.